Rivers. I'll start. You guys are like, go! Alright. Good to be back in Phoenix. I went to school here at University of Phoenix online. You can take it anywhere, but I just thought I'd be here for it. I live by a school, which is, I'm allowed to live by a school, and the state knows about it, but it's weird because I always see kids in the neighborhood like walking home from school by themselves, like the loser kids with no friends, and I always get sentimental because that used to be me. I always want to go up to them like, hey, I'm you from the future, go make some friends, this doesn't work out well for us. Just yelling at random kids on the street, drop that stupid stick, you're not a wizard. Girls aren't gonna like you. He's like, those are my crutches. Whatever. Get out of my face. My brother has 2 kids and they're amazing, but everyone keeps congratulating me for being an uncle. And I'm like, I had nothing to do with it. Had no hand in it. They didn't even ask me permission, which was selfish. My brother came downstairs one day and was like, we're having a baby and we need you to move out. And I was like, what? This is how you treat family? Everyone's so weird about it. Oh, congratulations. How does it feel to be an uncle? I'm like, oh, pretty much the same. I don't know. A lot of responsibility. Oh shit, really? I was not planning on that. I just thought I'd like show up for birthdays and buy her beer when she turned 16. I didn't know how to do stuff. He was like, 16? Why are you waiting so long? I just turned 34, so I love my parents now. That's pretty new. Yeah, it takes a while. I guess that's what happens when you get older. You just relate to them more. Not that 34 is old. Like, I'm not moving to Arizona. It's different. When I was 20, I was like, I'm invincible. I'll party all night. Now I'm in my 30s. I'm like, I can't leave the house. I had too much dairy. You know what I mean? Like, things change. I used to try to fix stuff. I'd be like, oh, my neck hurts. I'll go to the chiropractor. Now I'm like, I just won't look left. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I don't live in London. It's not important. My hand went numb for a couple days recently. I don't have a joke about that one. I just was hoping there was like a doctor in the crowd. Comedy health insurance is not that good. Yeah, I don't want to make this show political, but if you guys vote out Obamacare, I'm going to start posting my rashes on Facebook, and then you can diagnose them for me. It's terrible. At this point, it would be cheaper for me to, instead of getting a doctor's appointment, it would be cheaper for me to buy a dog and just hope it smells the cancer. Like, that's where I'm at. I love my parents. I worry about it. My dad just bought a gun for the first time in his life, which is very scary because he's 65. Yeah, that's when you want to get your first gun. You know what I mean? That's when the mind is at its sharpest. You know? He's like, I can hit all the targets at once. I'm like, there's one target. You have bad vision. It's not okay. He bought the gun and then he told me about it, and immediately he was like, don't tell anybody. So don't tell anybody. What do you mean, don't tell anybody? Isn't that the point of having a gun? You tell everyone you have a gun, and then they don't come to your house. He was like, nah, man, element of surprise. I'll tell you a little bit about my dad for context. For his birthday, I bought him a tracker for his keys. He's always losing his keys. Yeah? And he just bought a gun. Do you guys see where this joke is going? It was literally a month before his birthday. I was trying to figure out what to get him. And then I heard a story. One day my dad went to go to work and he got into his car and he couldn't find his keys that he just unlocked his car with. Does that make sense? Literally, he was like, boop, boop, and then he got in the car and he was like, ah, shit, where did I put him? So he did the only reasonable thing he could think of. He went back in the house, stole my mom's keys, and then just drove to work like nothing happened. And when he got home, he found his keys on the roof of his car the whole time. Yeah, and he just bought a gun. You guys don't seem as worried as you should be. They're giving them to anybody. I think the element of surprise is going to be when someone breaks into his house and he can't find his gun. And he's like, hang on 1 second, shit. I got a tracker for it, 1 second. Oh crap, where did I put it? It says 3 meters to the left. What's a meter? Go back to your country, stupid app. 3 meters, oh shit, he's got the gun. That is a surprise. I should stop keeping it by the door. My mom is great. Also, she's a wonderful source of material, so that's all that matters. I love her very much. She's got arthritis on her middle finger, which is really funny to me. They say that comes from overuse. So, I'm pretty sure that's my fault at this point. That's kind of what happens when you raise a comedian. You get extra reps on the middle finger. The good news is she just discovered that cannabis oil makes it feel better. A little bit of cream, you rub some on, and the pain goes away for a couple of days, which is amazing. Because now I don't have to feel bad whenever I piss her off. You know what I mean? She's like, hey, fuck you. Oh, it feels amazing. I still got it. I'm back in my pride. Literally everywhere we go, she just flips people off for fun. It's like her favorite hobby for some reason. She's like, you never know what you have till it's gone. But it's interesting to me because she grew up in an era where marijuana had this stigma. Oh, cannabis is the devil. So she doesn't want her kids to know about it. But I'm not an idiot. Her name is Lisa, but in all of her high school yearbooks, her nickname was Mary Jane. Yeah, that's not short for Lisa. But she doesn't want me to know, which is fine. The only problem is she lives in a state where marijuana is illegal still. And I live in Washington state where it's mandatory. So, guess who's the favorite son now? A couple months ago she was visiting me, but I didn't know about her new hobbies at the time. So she was at my house and I was gonna take her to the airport. She goes, hey, I forgot to mail this package to my friend. Will you send it for me? Some of you guys are catching on a lot quicker than I did. I was like, absolutely, I'm a great son. I would do anything for you. So I take her to the airport, and as she's getting out of my car, she starts looking around all creepy. You know, she's like, if anyone asks what's in the package, you don't know. I was like, what is in this package? Is this a bomb? What? I'll send anything, but I can't mail a bomb. They have my face on camera at the post office. I'm too sexy for jail. This isn't gonna work. You know? She's like, it's not a bomb. I went to the green store. I was like, oh, you just want to smoke some pot? That's totally fine. She was like, it's not for me. It's for my friend. I was like, oh, your friend? Totally cool. I have a friend who experimented in high school and yesterday. So, no judgment, you know? She hands me a $100 bill. She goes, use this to pay for the package, and then you can keep the rest of the money. I was like, shit, I gotta raise my ticket prices. I'm willingly committing a felony for like $83 at this point. I was like, I need that money, so we're just gonna see what happens. Spoiler alert, I'm snitching. So, I take the package, I go to the post office, and the guy behind the counter has a lot of questions for me. Imagine that being part of his job. So, he's like, hey man, anything fragile in this package? I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not. Let's go with no. He was like, it's not multiple choice. He goes, all right, how much does it weigh? I'm like, 3.5 grams. Just an estimate. My scale's broken. You're gonna have to measure it. Anything flammable? I'm like, define flammable. Not yet. It is that fire. You don't know what I'm talking about. At this point, he's tired of playing 20 questions. You know, he's like, there's 13 people in line behind you. Why don't you just tell me what's in the package? And then I know how we have to send it. I was like, I don't know what's in the package. Which is a great answer for a post office. Try it at airports, they fucking love it when you just show up. Someone else handed me this suitcase, told me to drop it off for you. Is that cool? Sure is heavy, a couple kilograms at least, you know. He said, what do you mean you don't know what's in the package? I was like, my mom gave it to me. She doesn't know what's in it either. Her friend gave it to her, and I think she just got caught up in a thing she doesn't really understand. He's just like, you're an idiot. Why don't you call your mom and find out what's in the package? I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So I take the package, I drive home, I change my license plates, right? They're calling the FBI for sure. I call my mom, I'm like, hey, I need to know if your oil stuff is flammable. And she's like, well, I don't know if that's flammable, but I did put hairspray and deodorant in the package, and that's super flammable. I was like, why the fuck would you do that? She's like, well, in case they x-ray the package. Yeah, I'm not making any of this up, by the way, I want you to know. Literally, in her mind, she was like, whoever's working the x-ray machine's gonna be like, what is that, marijuana? Oh, never mind, there's deodorant. Like, no one would put those two things in the same package. Everyone knows stoners have poor hygiene. If it were dreadlock oil or Jamaican flags, we'd be a little concerned, but nothing to see here. Just send it through. So I cut open the package, I take out all the bomb-making materials, and then I seal it back up, and I call my mom. I'm like, all right, I'm heading back to the post office. Any last-minute instructions? She's like, well, don't go back to the same post office. What are you, an idiot? I was like, yeah, apparently. This is my first felony. You gotta give me more specific directions. She goes, take it to your brother's house and make him send it. You're too honest. I was like, yeah, sorry, just how I was raised, I guess. I had really shitty parents growing up, so I didn't know what to do. I just drove to my brother's house. I was like, Mom wants you to mail this out. I wouldn't ask a lot of questions. I just left. I was like, I'm no longer an accessory. I don't know how crimes work. Are there any cops in here? I should have opened on that. Allegedly, all right? Comedians like to exaggerate things all the time. Well, since we're just making stuff up. In this hypothetical scenario, I kept the money. Yeah, that's hush money at this point. I mean, it's not working super well because I'm talking about it every night, but a couple months ago, I was on tours in the state my mom lives in. I'm not gonna mention which state now. A bunch of narcs in here. And I visit my mom, I go, hey, did your friend ever get that package? You know? She goes, yeah, she did, thank you so much. And I started laughing because I was picturing this moment where I'd tell everybody. And she caught on really quickly. She was like, this is not for the stage. I was like, no, this joke isn't for me. This joke is for my friend. He really needs it. It just makes him feel better. It's for medicinal purposes only. Looking back on my life, it's funny because that's not the first warning sign that my mom might become an international drug lord someday. A couple years ago, I got some dental surgery. Don't look too close, I'm still insecure. But they gave me drugs, really good ones. I don't remember the name, the bottle was really blurry, but I took them as directed. Calm down, narcs. I just have a high sensitivity. I don't need to defend my drug use to you. The point is, they gave me some stuff and it was great. And then a couple days later, there's no more pain, so I put the drugs away. But then a couple days after that, I was like, where are those drugs? And I was like, that's not a good sign, man. I didn't know what to do it. I called my mom, I go, hey, they gave me these drugs, and I think they're too strong for me. And she goes, well, why do you think that? I was like, well, because I wanted to take one because I was bored. And She's like, I'm so proud of you for calling me. That's so mature of you. I go, yeah, I think I'm just gonna throw them away. She goes, you should sell them. And I did. That is the worst part. You know, like so many people end up in jail because they're like, oh, I had a rough childhood. My parents weren't around all the time. I'm gonna end up in jail because I'm like, I had a rough childhood. My parents were around all the time. Just really bad influences on me. For example, recently I was on tour to a state where marijuana is not legal, and I wanted some, and my mom wasn't around. So I sent a text to a friend. He replies 5 minutes later, here's my dealer's address. He's expecting you. I was like, that's a little alarming, you know? I don't know what I thought, like he's gonna send me names, I'm gonna Yelp the drug dealers, like, oh, Slayer has 4 stars, let's go with that guy. But at least give me more detail. I can't handle an address and an ETA. What is happening? Where is this? What is it an abandoned warehouse? Is it a parking lot of an Applebee's? What are we doing? I'm driving to this random address in the middle of the night, and I'm realizing, like, this is why we need to legalize marijuana, so I don't have to get stabbed behind a dumpster of a 7-Eleven just to make a Ben Stiller movie funny for once. Wow, Ben Stiller here? So I show up, turns out it's this guy's house. So I knock on the door, and he goes, holy shit, Andrew Rivers from Dry Bar Comedy? My friends are never gonna believe that you're at my house buying drugs. I was like, you don't have to tell them if you don't want. They're not gonna believe you anyway. Feels like unnecessary step. He goes, come in, man, I'm gonna hook you up. He kept saying that all night. He's like, I'm hooking you up, man. You're getting hooked up tonight. And I only bring that up so you know the rest of the story is his fault. I get into his house, and he's hooking me up. He's pouring marijuana into a giant Ziploc bag. And I'm like, that's more than I asked for, but I deserve it. So, and then I thought, like, wow, I felt kind of bad, because I was like, this is my first big celebrity interaction. I don't want to be a dick, you know? I don't want to call TMZ, like, this guy's an asshole. Just took my free drugs and left. And so I was like, well, I'll give him like $20 out of the generosity of my heart. And I pull out some money, and he goes, yeah, that'll just be $100. I don't know about you guys, but when someone tells me they're hooking me up, I'm not thinking student discount. I'm thinking free drugs. But it was too late. I can't back out of the transaction. Don't I just deserve that because I'm famous? You can't say that. I'm pot committed. So I paid him his $100, and I left, and I gave him 4 stars on Drug Dealer Yelp. Right? Excellent service, but does not accept his competitors' coupons. Also a bit of a talker, if we're being honest. I like my drug deals with minimal conversation. And he was going on, oh yeah, my dad sent me to jail when I was 15 because I burned his house down. I was like, I think I'm on your dad's side. I don't need the backstory on how you became a drug dealer. The next day, I'm driving to the airport, and I'm realizing, like, what am I gonna do with this much marijuana? And then I was like, I have an idea, I'll just mail it to myself. Where would he get that idea? Thanks, Mom. I go to the post office, and then as I hand the guy behind the counter my package, we have a moment. Because we both realize at the exact same time that simply adding a second Ziploc bag does not cover the smell of this much marijuana. I tried the whole way. I was like smelling, and I was like, I don't smell anything. I put it in the package, and I was like, I don't smell anything. And as soon as I handed it to the guy and let go, I was like, that's all I smell. And he made eye contact too. It was like he knew. I was just staring back at him like, don't do this to me, you know? I get to my car, and I immediately Google, what happens if I mailed myself drugs? Which is the dumbest Wi-Fi. Like, they don't even need a search warrant to just go through my phone and be like, oh, guilty as fuck, look at that, we got him. Also not the most embarrassing thing on my search history. Definitely the most illegal, but not the most embarrassing. They were stepsisters, that's legal technically. Okay, only 6 people are gonna pretend that they get that. That's fine. Everyone else is gonna be like, we have not seen Pornhub in the last 5 years. Get home a few days later, I do not have my package, but I have a little love letter from the post office. And they say, hey, we confiscated your package because we think there are drugs in it, but we don't have a warrant to open it, so we're gonna hang on to it, unless you wanna come down and we can open it together. I think you guys just hang on to it. I feel like, I don't know who's trying to send me drugs, but I do not approve. I probably shouldn't have used my mom's return address. I felt like, she's already in the system. I'm not going down for this, Mom. I got a lot of life to live. Take one for the team. My dad doesn't use marijuana, which is good. I feel like he's losing his keys this much sober. Maybe pot's not for you, right? Getting old is just being permanently stoned anyway. You just walk around all the time like, where'd I put my keys? I'm hungry, I need a nap. Every time I get stoned, I'm like, I'm me from the future. This is gonna be great. I'm so prepared. Drop that stupid stick. My dad's been sober for 30 years, which is suspicious. Because I'm 34. I'm sure that timing is just a coincidence. Right? Kind of an awkward conversation to have. Hey, what was your rock bottom? You. Alright, appreciate it. I have no idea what I did as a kid, but I imagine he sat me down and was like, look, if I don't quit drinking, one of us isn't gonna make it. So, I'm glad he made the right choice. I would have missed him. I would like to quit drinking, but I'm worried that if I do, I'll have to get a personality. That seems like a lot of work. I don't know. Do you know people like that? I have like adult friends that I'm like, how do you have so many hobbies? And then I join their bowling league, and I'm like, oh, you're just hammered all the time. That's your thing? I'm trying to moderate my drinking. I'm trying to like make a decision before a judge makes one for me. So my new life motto is that 2 drinks is the new midnight. Okay? So when I was growing up, my dad would always be like, nothing good happens after midnight. If this were his show, he'd be like, what's the deal with 24-hour ATMs? Yeah, you know, comedy skips a generation. Look, don't get me wrong, it's great dad advice. If you're withdrawing money from an ATM at 1 in the morning, it's not going to charity, you know what I mean? Red Cross doesn't have a drop box. Like, oh, it's 9 a.m. Puerto Rico time. They need it now. That hurricane looked bad. If you're withdrawing money at 1 in the morning for charity, that's the stripper's name. So, hey, no judgment. I bought plenty of textbooks. I'm just saying. So for me, 2 drinks is the new midnight, right? Because nothing good happens after 2 drinks for me. I'm a lightweight. I have 2 drinks. I'm like, I feel so sexy and successful. This is amazing. And your drunk logic is like, man, if I feel this good after 2 drinks, imagine how I feel after 17. But it's never a continuous experience, right? A lot of diminishing returns. Because you get to 3 drinks and it's pretty much the same, so it tricks you. Because you're like, well, nothing bad has happened, I just gotta keep drinking. It's like, no, you don't unlock new levels, man. Tone it down. When you get to 4 drinks, it starts going back down. 4 drinks, you're like, I should call my ex-girlfriend. I bet she wants to hear from me. 5 drinks, you're like, condoms are overrated, you know? You get to 7 drinks, you're like, I'm gonna be a comedian! No good decision. Happens after 2 drinks. I smoke pot more than I drink now, and it's amazing. I never smoked until it became legal, actually, except for like twice in college, but that doesn't count according to my bisexual friends. Just a phase I was going through. gave it the old college try, but I love it. You know, it just makes people tolerable, and it makes music 100% better. Every song I've ever heard is the best song I've ever heard. I'm like, this song is a metaphor for my life. I always want girls to shake their Laffy Taffy, but they just won't. I don't get it. I'm at least done binge drinking. You can't binge drink into your 30s. That's like trying to skateboard as a hobby. Eventually, you gotta sit yourself down and be like, I'm just not good at this. I'm never going pro, and I keep getting concussions. You can't binge drink when you're old. Everything associated with binge drinking has a negative connotation, right? What's the goal of binge drinking? To get shit-faced. I don't like those words together, you know? That's what it is. Let's get fucked up. Let's get wasted. Let's get hammered. None of that sounds amazing. It's never like, let's go to Happy Town. That is never what is happening. There's no good names for drinks. That's how you know it's bad for you. Every drink is named after something terrible. A tequila sunrise. What are you drinking at 6 in the morning for? You're a school teacher, Corey. Get your life together. Irish car bomb. That's pretty aggressive. Adios, motherfucker. Oh, if I just pour 17 different liquors into one glass, it's gonna be a calm evening. I like to have one right before bed. Really mellows me out. They put cherries in it. It can't be bad. There's no good names for drinks. They try, you know. You're never at a bar like, hey, I'm gonna get a shot of going back to college. Anybody want one of those? I'm gonna have a going back to college. She's gonna have a consent is important to me. Anybody want one of those? Okay. It's a good drink. It's not very strong, but it's worth it. It's mostly Red Bull. Gotta stay alert. Everyone's after me. Not enough dudes laughing. Creepy. They try to make drinks sound good. For example, I've blacked out 3 times in my drinking career. Every single time was when I had a drink called the Incredible Hulk, which is named after a guy that blacks out and punches people. Like, what did I think was going to happen? I'm not gonna get the good superpowers only. There's no good name to drink. Buttery nipple. I don't know a lot about breast milk. I don't think it should be cured. Pabst Blue Ribbon. That is literally a beer with a participation trophy on it. That is not. Yeah. All right. That's the Republicans. You've been to the electoral college. Now you're gonna hate me for the rest of the show. 40% of the crowd. Pabst Blue Ribbon? Yeah, I mean, I got a blue ribbon on my science fair project in middle school because I did it that morning. That's not a symbol of excellence. Sex on the beach, that one's tricky, right? Because it sounds exciting unless you've had sex on a beach. And then you're like, I got sand in places I didn't know had openings. And honestly, I'm not sure if I got these crabs from you or the beach. So. Spoiler alert, not the beach. Shave it off. Or trim it, or make a design. Live your life. I've never had sex on a beach. I'm not against it. I just live in Seattle. Like, hey, you want to fuck outdoors? No, it's 30 degrees 9 months of the year. I don't want to do that. We don't have fine sandy beaches, you know. On second thought, why don't I take a blanket, throw it over these jagged rocks and crooked tree stumps, see if I can get some momentum going. Hang on. That's how I have sex. Is that right? Am I? Oh yeah. I have sex like those things outside of car dealerships, and there's like, whoa! Nobody looked away. That was amazing. I'm very kinky, is the point. That's all I want you to know. My last girlfriend and I did a lot of role playing. We played a game. It was her favorite. It's called Sexy Librarian. Yeah, it's where I'm not allowed to talk and she reads a book instead. Not a fun game. I never got to be librarian. Let's switch it up. It's a good game though, because I'm a talker. You gotta shut me up in bed. I'm not a talker. I don't understand talking during sex. That's so distracting. How's it going back there? I don't know. Pretty good, I think. You tell me. You're awfully quiet, that's for sure. I did my 2 moves, so what do you want from me? What is there to discuss that cannot be settled at a later date? Hey, are you planning on getting to your to-do list? I'm working on it right now. I don't understand talking during sex. What are we, strangers at a bar? That was 3 hours ago. Let's move on. Had an incident about a year ago, drinking. I got a little too drunk. I ended up texting an ex-girlfriend, not in like a sappy, like, I miss your cuddles. Like, I'm too gangster for that. I was at a bar. And it was Easter Sunday. I figured, what would Jesus do? You know? Probably get hammered. So, water into wine. I've heard he's a fan. So, it's in the books, man. Don't get mad at me. And then, okay, before I tell you the rest of the story, I need you guys to remember you're on my side. Just keep that. Remember who you accidentally paid to sing tonight. So, I was at this bar. A 65-year-old man walked into the bar wearing a dress, which is really funny. He wasn't transitioning. If he was, the drugs were not effective. He had a full beard, and he wasn't wearing makeup. He wasn't trying to look pretty. That's all I know for sure. I think he was just drunk. He was like, 17 drinks, I'll wear a dress in public. I'm hilarious, you know. Right, different hobbies than me, but have a blast, man. Live your life. So I took a photo with like me and Mrs. Doubtfire, and then I sent that to my ex-girlfriend. I go, hey, I just want to let you know I've moved on. Yeah, she also didn't find it that funny. What's hilarious to me is even before I sent the message, I was staring at my phone for 10 minutes, like, this probably doesn't end well. But I was with Corey. I was like, this is my best friend. Surely he wouldn't lead me down the wrong path, you know? So I go up to Corey. I'm like, hey, should I send this? He was like, that's really funny. I was like, that's not the question I asked you. Is this a good idea? He was like, that's really funny. I'm happy single. I hate the process of breaking up. All your friends reach out and they're like, oh my God, what happened? You seem so happy. It's like, well, yeah, I'm not posting the bad shit on Facebook. Who does that? Here's a selfie of us. I mean, she's crying for some reason. Probably my fault, like it always is, you know? Why is this only getting 4 likes? I don't understand. You guys know Facebook's not real life. You guys have figured that out yet? Hopefully, before the next election. Facebook's just the new church. You're just checking in twice a week to show off your outfit and remind everyone that you're better than them. That's all it's for. Right? Back in the day, they didn't have Facebook. They had to show up to a physical building once a week to talk shit about everyone in the neighborhood. Oh, Betsy, it's so good to see you. What a bitch. Facebook and social media, like, it's just people. People want to get mad at Facebook. It's like, no, the people are on it. It's who you let into your neighborhood. It is your new community center, right? Because we don't leave our houses anymore. Anything we want, Amazon, just, I'm hungry, Uber Eats. I'm out of groceries, Amazon Prime. I want a wife, Amazon Prime. Just, we don't have to leave the house anymore. And now we don't have to leave the house to interact with our friends, but it's the same thing as if you ran into your friends at church or the supermarket, you know. Oh, look, it's a photo of my kids and they play soccer. my dog's gay. Like, Hillary Clinton runs a pedophile ring out of a pizza shop. You know what I mean? The same things you would share with everybody. All right, now that I've offended most of you, please send your hate mail to my Facebook. Add me as a friend, or Instagram, Andrew J. Rivers, there you go. Whatever service you use, YouTube, Adult Friend Finder, I'm on there. Just Google my name. But if you add me on Facebook, don't get mad if I like your posts. People are always like, you're Facebook stalking me. I'm like, that's what Facebook is for. We're friends on Facebook because I don't like you in real life. That's how it works. You can't call it Facebook stalking if you accept my friend request. That's like seeing me in the bushes and inviting me in. That is your fault. There were warning signs, make some better decisions. Just became friends with my ex on Facebook after a year, so that's a big step towards maturity, hopefully. After we broke up, I was replaced by a dog, which is refreshing to know that the relationship wasn't my fault. She just needed someone to obey her commands. A lot of people don't laugh at that, and I think it's because they don't know her. We were hanging out recently, and I was like, I wonder if the dog knows any cool tricks. I go, hey, boy, speak. The dog was like, help me. I was like, oh, she's intense. Some of my friends asked if I thought about getting back together with her, and I don't think so. But also, like, some of my favorite bands have broken up and got back together, so there's always a chance. I mean, right now, the answer is no, but in 3 years, when I'm drunk and broke and lonely, like, let's have a reunion tour. I don't think I'm her type. To be honest, while we were dating, she sent me a sexy text one morning. She was like, hey, I had a dream about you last night. I'm like, oh, yeah. Why don't you tell Poppy all about it? She was like, it was so hot. You were super ripped. I was like, are you sure it was me in the dream? She's like, yeah, it was you. I'm like, you just photoshopped my face onto some hot guy's body. And we're like, now he's got a personality, you know? She's like, shut up, it was you the whole time. I mean, you were 6'4" and in the Marines and told better stories, but I knew it was you. I tried to get her back a couple days later. I sent her a text. I go, hey, I had a dream about you last night. She goes, oh, tell me about it. I go, oh, it was so romantic. You accepted me for who I was. Oh, my gosh. You know how girls say they like funny guys? Not always true. Seeing her with the dog, though, brought up some conflicting emotions. Because I think anytime a girl has a dog, that's automatic wife material to me. Right? Because taking care of a husband and taking care of a dog aren't that different. You know what I mean? We just want a few belly scratches once in a while. If you teach us a trick and we do it, I expect a treat. And I want to hump your leg. It's not that different. Plus, you have a girlfriend and a dog. When one's being annoying, you just pawn it off to the other one. Just look at the dog like, please take weekends. That was the first time in my life the sentence, like, every man grows up to marry his own mother finally made sense to me, right? Because when I was a kid, I'd come up for breakfast and my mom would be like, what do you want for breakfast? I'd be like, a bowl of Cheez-Its. And she'd be like, no. She'd be like, have all this. I'd be like, she's like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Like, take the decision out of my hands. I have video games to play. There's important shit going on. There's a war on my Xbox. It needs my attention. You know? What do you do with a dog? What do you want for breakfast? Fucking turkey! No, you can't. Here's the same dusty kibble bits you've been having for 13 years. And then the dog's like, fucking awesome! Eats it. I'm gonna go run in the woods, eat a deer leg. Alright, have fun. Just feed me and tell me I'm pretty. That's all I want. So I don't think we're gonna get back together, but I understand the temptation, right? Because dating an ex is familiar. Dating new people is scary. What if you go on 6 dates and then you find out they don't know the difference between there and there? You're like, well, I can't date a sociopath. If you want to be my lover, you gotta learn how to spell. That's my rule, right? But dating an ex, you already know all the things to make the relationship work. You know her favorite ice cream is cookie dough, right? You already know to cut her off after 3 tequilas. You already know if you don't cut her off after 3 tequilas, she punches with the left. You already know all the things to make the relationship work. I think the problem is that you romanticize things in the past that never happened, right? Every time a Prozac commercial comes on and there's like a couple kayaking, you know, you're like, oh, remember when we went kayaking? He's like, no, you never went kayaking. That commercial reminds you of her because she needs to be on Prozac. That is what is happening. You don't see a Tylenol commercial and go, oh, my bones hurt when it rains. I miss her still. Get over it. She has an Instagram account for her dog. I'm not going to say that that's weird, but I'll let you think it. Just download The Sims. At that point, it's got to be cheaper. Unless you get an expansion pack. My favorite part is that she responds to comments as if she is the dog. Like she Heath Ledger's it up, you know what I mean? Like someone will leave a comment like, oh cool, looks like your dog knows awesome tricks. She'll go, yes I do, my master is the best. I'm like, what? You were this lonely, you didn't call me? I must have been a terrible lady. She was like, I don't know how to work a phone, I'm a dog. I'm like, all right, you need to be put down. I can't deal with that. I'm tired of fake service dogs. Yeah, I said it. They've had it too good for too long. We're taking them down. 3 people are with me. Revolution. Look, I'm not talking about people with real ailments. I'm talking about people without any real friends. You know what I mean? They just throw a vest on their dog and bring it to every restaurant. I'm lonely. Oh, I wonder why. Did you try making human friends, or was it difficult with the rat you keep in your purse? My friend has a service dog, but it's a Chihuahua. I was like, I don't think that counts. She's like, no, it helps with my anxiety. I'm like, the dog shakes more than you do. I think your service dog needs a service dog, too. How does that work? Do you have 2 separate Xanax prescriptions, or just one that you share? One for you, one for me. Oh. They're wrapped in peanut butter. It's a purse dog, and that's fine. You want a dog for a purse? Call it a purse dog. If a dog fits in your purse and its natural predator is the mosquito, like I think you're keeping it alive more than it's keeping you alive. If you need something for emotional support that's gonna fit in your purse, get a gun. You know what I mean? Same thing, you know, dogs don't bite people, people bite people. It's not my fault. These are my service animals, Smith and Wesson. Whenever I'm feeling anxious, I just pull them out and start petting them. Really calms me down. Everyone I don't like just leaves the room. Super effective. Who's a good boy? That's not how you kiss your dogs. I was at the airport a couple weeks ago. I saw 2 service dogs barking at each other. One was barking, the other one was like, chill out, you're gonna ruin this for us. I get on my plane, and then there was a tiny dog next to me. It's not wearing anything except just bows and ribbons and its hair. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute. And I love dogs. I go, oh. I go to pet it. The lady smacks my hand. She goes, don't pet it, that's my service dog. I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, that's fine, but it's not wearing the vest. How am I supposed to know? Right? If the dog didn't want to be pet, it shouldn't have been dressed like that. That's all I gotta say. Yeah? Dog wasn't wearing anything. She was asking for it. Yeah. And tell that dog to smile more. She looks better. I'm tired of it. Every time I get on a plane, it's fucking Noah's Ark. All right? There's 13 emotional support turkeys, a fucking service pig. I was on a flight one time, a woman had an emotional support cat. What the fuck is, that is the worst animal for emotional support. Cats are assholes, in general. How does that even work? I'm feeling sad, where's my kitty? Oh, go fuck yourself, I don't want to talk to you. The only reason you need a service cat is so it cuts your wrist for you when you're depressed. I get a lot of hate mail on that one. I have a shirt for sale after the show. A little fake service dog shirt. Oh my god, he's so cute! He's got a name tag that says Xanax, and his bowl is full of pills. So a lot of hate mail, and it's an emotional support t-shirt, right? Because if you don't have your dog and you start getting anxious, you just pet this dog, and it lines up with your nipples, so you're like, oh my god, I feel so much better. All of my anxieties disappear. I need emotional support underwear. All the money goes to charity, or Cinnamon, whoever is working. Just kidding. All the money goes to my mom's legal defense fund. It's pretty heavy. All my money goes to Joe Biden's campaign. Thank you. They are made in America, unlike Corey's shirts. I'm a patriot. They're made in America. A bunch of Chinese kids in my basement got a great deal on labor. But I'm bringing jobs back. That's what's important. If you buy a shirt, you get 2 free tickets to come back to another show in the future at this comedy club. That's a $700 value. It's my first time in Phoenix in the summer, and can I just talk? It's fucking hot. I don't know. I know that's like a thing you're not allowed to say because fine, I'm a pussy. I can't handle it. I don't understand the misting machines on the awnings. Because it should be like a light mist, not a fucking thunderstorm. I'm walking and I'm already drenched, and then I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm like, cool, now I look like I pissed my pants also. Everyone at this comedy show is gonna love me. My friend Brad Upton has my favorite joke about Phoenix. I want to tell you that. I was at the bank the other day, and it was in front of one of those signs that's flashing between the time and the temperature. And it's going 109, 109, 109, 109. Like, fuck, I hope it's not like that at 4:30. Brad Upton's great. Go Google him. And then I have a little beer koozie for free. Just stop by if you want to be my Facebook friend. There's a little website and everything on there. Self-portrait, obviously. And then there's a joke on the other side, because I saw Bumper Sticker one time say, cars are like wives. If it ain't yours, don't touch. I didn't say it in a southern accent. That was just my guess. I was like, you see truck nuts, you make assumptions. So I just made these things. They say, cars are like wives. I accidentally banged yours. It was an accident. I left a note, okay? You guys are great. My name is Andrew Rivers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Funny. Did you guys have a good time tonight? You guys are great. You gotta come back and see another show of this, folks. You were fantastic. I mean that. That's from